hello, hello. How are you
Hello,
doing,
everybody.
Annette? How you doing tonight? Can you hear me?
You sound far away.
I do. Let me see. Let me see if I can fix that. Can
Yeah,
y'all
that's
hear me
it,
out
Nita.
there?
Yeah, I hear you so much better.
Okay. Well, how you doing, Annette?
I'm doing good. I'm doing very,
Good.
very good. Yeah.
Good. And how y'all doing, movers? We're so glad to be back with you tonight as we are each and every Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in. You've tuned in to Can We Talk, brought to you by Movement Worldwide. We are a motivational organization there to educate minds, empower, nurture, and transform. We are a movement to move. Yes, we are a movement to move, helping others thrust into their purpose to live the best version of themselves and win. We tapped into some winners information with some winners resources seated at the winners table, and we invite you, and you to sit right along with us, right, Annette?
Yes, that is so right. Listen, we got a big table with a lot of chairs. So invite somebody to come. I know you're here, thank you, but invite somebody else because we got something to say tonight. Okay?
Listen, and we love to use the old saying by the saints that simply says it like this: come where the table is spread, and the feast of the Lord is what, Annette?
Going on.
Is what?
Going on.
Going on. You know, she didn't go to the island tonight. She didn't go to Guam. She was like going on. Come with the table of spirit, the feast of the Lord is going on. Listen, we love to have an incredible conversation each and every week. We don't take it lightly. We are so enthused every time we come before y'all. Listen, we don't come playing around. We come meaning business. We come in and business. So with that being said, I want you all to do a few things before we get started with our conversation. The video you're watching is either on Facebook or YouTube. We're going to ask that you please go to either page and make sure you're liking, subscribing, all that good stuff, joining, whatever the case may be. But also hit the thumbs up button, that like button, the heart button, whatever it is, we want you to hit it. Hit it now. Bam. Go and hit that button. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like. Let us know. Listen, y'all. We love y'all, Anita. We love you, Annette. And we just going to give you a little like. We're going to give y'all a little heart just to show you how much. The other thing you can do is the video that you're watching, it has an arrow button. You can click that arrow button. That's the share button. You can share this video to your Facebook page. You can share it in your DM. You can share it via text. You can copy it on YouTube and share it in text message and email, on WhatsApp. Listen, we want y'all to get the word out to Lottie-Dottie and everybody that the conversation is going down right here, right now on Movement Worldwide. The other thing is, everywhere that you see that globe above Annette's head with the acronym, we ask that you follow us on all platforms. We are Movement Worldwide. Well, so follow us everywhere on all platforms. Also, you can sow a seed into good soil. We are good soil. I believe we're good soil. You can sow a seed. We ask that you please hit us up on Cash App. Our Cash App is $ Movement Worldwide. Our Zelle is info@movementworldwide.org. Or you could come into covenant partnership with us. And I want them to come into covenant partnership with us. Don't you want them to come into covenant partnership with us?
I sure do, Anita.
I think that they need to come. Y'all come on and join Patreon. Become a patron. Click, you want to know how to do it? I can tell you right now. Boom. Go to our website, movementworldwide.org. Click the red button at the top that says become a patron. It will take you to patreon.com. You can set up your account. You can set your amount. We ask for $12 a month. That's 40 cents a day, $2.80 a week. Good seed into good soil. We always pray that it returns to you 100-fold. You can also email us your thoughts, views, comments, prayers, reports, prayer requests, topic ideas, all to info@movementworldwide.org. Yes. And I want to just give a shout out and say hello to all of our incredible people. Francesca. Hello, beautiful people. Hello, beautiful Francesca. Good to see you with us this evening. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all back. Uh-oh. A woman of God has graced us with her presence, Annette.
Yes.
We pause and we pay homage. We give honor, not just to the person, but to the office that she holds. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Prophetess Sharon Elaine Green. Thank you so much, Sharon, for joining us. Always our ride or die day one who's been with us through thick and thin. Hello, Connie. Good to see you
Hey, Connie.
always. Hello, Valerie Sedat.
Valerie,
Hey, how you doing, Valerie? But we call you Tanya. Valerie Sedat is in the building today. So we thank y'all so much for tuning in. You could have gone anywhere else with your time, but you thought in our robbery to come by here, my Lord. You thought in our robbery to come by here and to have this conversation with your favorite co-host, myself and Annette. So thank you once again. Now we want y'all to take out your mugs. Take out your mugs. Take out your mugs. And we're going to ask y'all to please, ma'am, please, sir, join us for our Can We Talk Toes Burn? Yeah. Yes. Thank y'all so much. We look so skinty, don't we?
I love that.
So can we talk? Yes, we can. And it's time that we get into this conversation. We're going to start off the conversation with our idiom, the phrase, those things that we talk about. We come up with a topic or a phrase or a quote, and sometimes a line in a song. Those things that make you go,
Yes.
like really? And we call that our transformational topic. So our transformational topic tonight is, was this land really made for you and me?
Ooh.
Was this land really made for you and me? There's a line in the song, this land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. Used to sing it all the time when I was in school.
Yeah.
Okay, by Woody Guthrie. The song was written in 1940, and it was written as a response to Irving Berlin's song, God Bless America. While the song, this land is your land, is often interpreted as a celebration of song, for American people. This land is yours. They should say, this land was made for you and me. It also contains those verses that critique the concept of private property and inequality, suggesting that the land may not be equally accessible to all. Things that make you go, See, Guthrie's original version included verses that directly address the issues of poverty, homelessness, and the impact of private property, questioning whether the land truly belonged to everyone. And over time, of course, as they always do, as they're trying to do now in our history, verses were omitted, and the song became widely popular as a patriotic anthem, sometimes performed alongside God Bless America. So again, I ask the question, was this land really made for you and me? Never have I ever dreamed we would be having a discussion today about how horribly people seeking refuge in this country would be treated. Even those who came with what they were required to come with, having it be revoked. And I feel for the immigrants who feel betrayed when policies they were led to believe would be implemented, such as temporary protected status or passive citizenship, are reversed or not enacted. Kind of sounds like 40 acres and a mule, eh? Kind of sounds like a whole lot of things. And even some things today that are being twisted and turned and changed and attempting to erase. You cannot erase what done happened up in here. Too much has gone down. Too much. So I'm appalled by the political rhetoric that suggests that songs and practices that did not even include the ones who built the country, those things are often used to question someone's dedication and their heart about where they're from. You're not patriotic. What? You don't want to stand for the national anthem? You don't want to pledge to the flag? You don't want to do this? You don't want, No, I don't. You can keep your subliminal songs meant to exclude me, and I will stick with the song that came from the originator, who really built this land for you and me. Psalms 24:1, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. I hope these words will edify you and thrust you into the purpose that you are destined for. This is our transformational topic. And that's your thoughts.
Oh man, it was really good. I love it. I recently, I try not to stay off of social media because I'm very good at words, and I eat people up and they get mad and call me names on anyway. But when somebody said something like, "We're finally getting we're getting our country back," I want to say so bad. What? So you can give them to the Indian?
Come on.
Because it was never yours.
Thank you.
And so I was thinking about the Constitution where I think it says the original, it was 2/3. Black folks consider, I think, 2/3.
Right.
And I think they really believe that. That's how they, right now, that's how they treat immigrants. Come on now. Once somebody was on Facebook, which I did agree in a sense, we need to pray. It's just so much devastation. I say, it just didn't happen in Texas.
No.
Now, God knows that is devastating, and I don't going to take nothing away from it, but, so it's almost like, I think how they deal with it, like, they're not really real. They're subhuman. They're beneath me. So those songs, I'm like you, if I don't want to stand, I remember one time Jace had to sing. He had to say the national anthem. I stood, but I ain't moved my hand. I want to sit down so bad, but I say out of respect for Jace, but I ain't put my hand on my heart. This is my heart.
Exactly.
So, I don't have to agree. Why do they think that they can dictate to us what we should and should not do? But then on the other hand, you say we're not, we shouldn't be a part of anything, but you're patriotic. What that means? Because you put your hand on, you can put your hand over your heart, but your heart full of hatred.
Come on.
So I put it if I want to. And these songs, you're right. Just even a national anthem, they don't sing the whole song.
No.
We leave out the part. Oh, they didn't mean that. Yes, it was meant.
They meant it.
Come on now.
They meant exactly what was there. Even our state song, way down upon the Swanee River. And I remember when I was a child, it still said, "Oh, dark is how my heart grows weary." It still said that. They changed it to loved ones and all this stuff. They, and that's what they do, which is what they're trying to do now. But it's too much to try to cover.
Yeah,
you can't cover.
You can't, because when I grew up, we had books, so they left out. I learned a lot of history as an adult, but now it's too late. You can get your anything you want to, but we have social media out there. The cat is out the bag. You could sit down one day and binge watch history.
Exactly.
So it's too late. It may make certain people feel good, but it's too late. So is this their land really was made for me, for you and me, but some of them snatched it and took it. It wasn't that it belonged to certain people. And all of a sudden, it's my land, and I am patriotic. And I get so sick of those buzzwords. I told somebody, I said, all y'all do is come up with buzzword, and all y'all say the same thing.
Exactly.
I don't buy that, And that's a very, very good question, And even when we had land, you still came and burnt that down. So, when people tried to step back,
You better sing, Kathy Bright. I know you singing it right about now. Lift every voice and sing. She better put the Negro National Anthem up in here.
Yeah.
But it's the thing though, and they get really, really angry though in that when you don't stand, when you don't put your hands together, and they watch you.
Yeah.
I've been in those settings where they're watching to see how you're going to respond, how you're going to react. And I'll be like, and there are sometimes that I have actually sat and don't say nothing to me. Don't say a thing to me. And there, there's times that I will to, it's like like when you like you say you with your grandson, so you keep it non-controversial, so you stand. But I ain't got to put my hand on my heart. I ain't got to sing it, and I'm not standing there with tears in my eyes or none of that. Y'all can keep your little subliminal songs, the stuff that's really meant to exclude me and people who look like me. I'll tell you in a more appropriate setting what you can do with it, but you can keep it.
I know. And then you get mad at me when we sang the Negro hymn. You get mad at me. It's only one. No, It's only one for you. You'll tell me what to do. I
Mhm.
think sometimes it's almost like they think they have a right. You have a right to tell somebody when they should stand, when they should sit. You don't have that right. That's no longer yours. So
Mhm.
that was a
Mhm.
very good, very, very, very good topic there. I love it.
Mhm.
Hmm. Love it, Nita.
Was it
That's
really
good.
made for you and me? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't intend for it to be, but God made it for everybody.
Oh,
So, and last time I heard, and last thing I knew, it belonged to him. It don't belong to you anyway.
you know.
Boom. Okay.
Mhm.
So when it was his, is mine. Why? Because he said so. Boom.
And think about it. And really, I heard today they say it's about 850 millionaires. A lot of y'all ain't got no land anyway.
Boom.
So, like, you struggling like me.
Struggling like me, and then about this
Yeah,
is
come
my
on now.
country. Got
Yeah.
5 teeth missing on this side.
Uh-huh.
Whatever, child, move. Move out the way. We ain't studying you. Go somewhere and sit down. Have several
Mm-hmm.
seats. You and your missing teeth. Go sit them right next to you in their own chair.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. That part. Yeah, I said it. Go tell them I said it. I don't care. All right, let's keep on moving. All righty, that was our transformational topic. Hey, listen, y'all already, you ought to know by now, if we're coming out the gate like this, can you imagine what's coming tonight? I'm telling y'all better tell somebody, y'all better get up in here because it's going down tonight. Believe you me, it is with a vengeance. I ain't listen, we ain't playing. There was a time in that where we used to like try to be all politically correct,
Mm.
we're gonna be just kind and nice to everyone. We don't want to, make waves, and I don't care. I will make waves. I will make your waves make waves. So I'm here to
Oh.
tell you right now, beware of me because I listen, y'all to mess around here and made me take off all my guardrails. I don't care. We're gonna tell you like it is. Boom. And that's just the way it is. All
Oh.
right. So now, with that being said, y'all, we're going to move to the next phase of our conversation. That was our transformational topic. Now we're going to move to our quote, our Annettism, brought to us by our incredible Annette L. Anderson, our quoteologist, our wordologist. We're going to move to our Annettism. While we're going to the Annettism, you still have time to share it. So please be sure to continue to share it with your friends, with your family, Lottie, Dottie, him, her, and everybody else too on the other side. Share it with everybody, let them know the conversation going on, and they need to come on in the room. Mm-hmm. Come on in the room. Why they always go do? That's all.
I know.
Oh Lord, you know what? And listen, I got to talk for a couple of minutes, because Annette, I got so caught up, I forgot to pull it in. So I'm gonna pull it in while I go ahead and talk about why is it, there are certain little moves vocally. I don't know for the singers who are out there in the room, there are certain little moves vocally that people do. And when, especially when it comes to gospel music, and one of them is that, they think they really singing it when they get to that, da, da, da. And then when they
Mm-hmm.
try to do this little riff, they go, Hey, listen, I'm just talking trash right about now because I'm trying to pull in this and that. And so somebody just had something to say.
That
What
was,
I
I think,
missed,
Kathy.
y'all. Listen, you ain't missed nothing yet. We just, hey, listen. All we've been on. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. Now we getting ready to go to our Annettism. So you ain't missed nothing. I just need
No,
you to
you good.
share it and tell some people to come on and join in with this conversation. Kathy, let them know we got something to say, and we saying it right about now. So we're going to pause for the Annettism. We'll be right back in just about a minute.
Dog start, torn heart, faint cry, dry eye, cold bed, hope fed, still ache, small break, wounds close, love grows, rise tall, stand all, new feelings, true healings, pain stains, cold chains, tears fall, Dark hall, heart breaks, soul quakes, breath deep, no sleep. Hope glows, faith grows, scars fade, peace made, wounds seal, hands heal. This is Annette Ism's Expressions. All right, I just love this platform. Oh my goodness. Anywho, all right. There are some matters and experiences that causes people to become hurt, fractured, or broken spiritually and emotionally. Man, I've been there. Sometimes it just take a conversation to mend the broken-hearted spirit. In some cases, Anita, a band-aid won't do it. Power tool.
Need a power.
Power tool.
All righty. So tonight, the power tool is going to be cross out, cross. And I'll explain that in a few minutes. And when I look at what's going on in this country and with the believers, boy, I tell you, in a world obsessed with image and independence, the cross is being quietly, deliberately crossed out. It's no longer the centerpiece of faith, but an optional accessory for convenience. The cross, once a symbol of surrender and sacrifice, is now often replaced by self-help slogans and watered down truth. When the cross becomes a tool for personal ideology, political jargon, and hatred of others, it loses purity. It becomes performative, worn around necks, but not carried in hearts. We cross out the cross when we chase platforms instead of purpose, followers instead of the Father, the very essence of Calvary. The message of the cross is offensive because it demands death to be self, and in a culture that worships self, that message is being silent. To follow Christ is to carry your cross, not craft one that fits your convenience. And while men may cheer, heaven does not applaud a crown worn without a crucified heart. We've learned to quote Jesus without carrying his burden, to celebrate resurrection while ignoring the crucifixion. But there is no empty tomb without blood-stained cross. Every time we choose pride over humility, revenge over forgiveness, status over servanthood, we cross out the cross. But in reality, the cross cannot truly be erased. It stands eternal, whether embraced or rejected. It is not diminished by denial, only by forgetfulness. To cross out the cross is to cross out hope. And yet grace still whispers, return, pick it up, carry it again. For the power of the cross is not just in what we symbolize, or what it symbolizes, but in what it transforms. And the power tool tonight was crossed out cross. And that is the power tool for tonight.
Listen, I know, gosh, it's amazing how our stuff matches so much, because I did not see, and Annette would tell you this herself, because even like 10 to 15 minutes before we started, I had to call her to get something else from her because it wasn't complete. I was pulling everything together literally shortly before we started. At the cross, at the cross. It used to be a time. Used to be a time, boy. That song used to tear the church up. But I was putting everything together right before. And when I saw her title, honestly, and this is the honest to goodness truth, I did not read her commentary. I simply copied and pasted and put it into our notes that we share so that we can flow. And I'm hearing it literally for the first time. I'm really grasping it. And I know that the most of what she did, because I sent this to her, I sent her the whole format literally about 5 minutes before we started. She didn't
Mhm.
read it. She heard mine for the first time. When I tell
Mhm.
you the way God aligns our spirits is amazing to me. I'm always amazed when we get something this close, because if nothing else, this particular power tool literally just quickened in my spirit. Crossed out cross. We cross out the cross when we chase platforms instead of purpose, followers instead of the Father. Wow. And that is so true. And it reminds me of Dietrich Hadding had posted something a while back. And, I don't usually get too caught up into commentary, but what he said about the awards, and we covered it too, was absolutely right. That, when a gospel song, is, because the song of the year the gospel song of the year is so controversial. I have nothing against the young lady, the artist. I have nothing against her, but baby, that ain't church. And for you to receive one of the highest awards for a gospel record simply because you asked the gospel singer to be a part of it. And sometimes we have to learn that our good not to be evil spoken of. Everything ain't a great thing to collab.
Yeah.
Some stuff you just got to say no to. And it made me cringe a little bit. And that for me was a cross moment.
Yeah. With all these amazing singers who've been out there for years that got songs
That's who you
that'll
choose to
take you.
collab with.
Yeah. Oh,
It didn't register to me. So, but anyway, so they talk about an ouch. Woo! Oh, that was a good one. Thank you, Annette, for that power tool. Whoo, y'all. Let me tell you.
that'll preach right there, Anita.
It'll preach. So, girl, that thing will preach so tough. Hey, listen, I almost hear the organ in the background. I feel a hoop coming on. Yeah, that thing will preach there, right there, at the cross where I first saw the light. There was a thing that was, it used to be a time when it was so respected. But we seek after everything else, when the truth of the matter is everything that we need in this life and to live in there thereafter, all roads lead to the cross. You are not going to get around that. You're never going to get around it.
Never.
So when you repent, all roads lead to the cross. Why? Because he paid a bountiful price for that penalty that he paid for your sins and my sins, past, present, and future, for all the pain, all the sickness, all the distress, everything. We don't even feel a fourth of an eighth, probably, of what we should feel because of the blood. Don't get me started. All right. So love that so much. Thank you for that, Annette L. Anderson. Now, good people, it's time to turn the corner again. We're going to pause for our quick commercial break. After we come back, we got the tea. Y'all ready for the tea? Are y'all ready for the tea? Because I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready for the tea.
I'm ready for the tea.
Coming with the tea right after this. We'll be right back.
When we eat well, we live well, and all will be well. Go to elbwell.com, join the journey, and take your life back. T&T, that's Tuesday Night Talk with the Andersons. Each and every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. live on multiple platforms. For more information and other services, visit AnnetteLAnderson.com. If you don't have your copy yet, get yours today at Amazon.com. That's Living Life One Quote at a Time by Annette L. Anderson. Another milestone reached. Get your copy of The Wow Effect by Anita Faye Wilson, available on all platforms, or you can visit AnitaFayeWilson.com. And you can always catch us live on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. for Can We Talk? Join us with your Can We Talk coffee mug. Get yours today. They're $15 and that includes shipping. Sow good seed into good soil. You can sow a seed into Movement Worldwide via Cash App at $Movement Worldwide, Zelle at info@movementworldwide.org, or by becoming a patron. You can visit our website at movementworldwide.org, click the red button, go to patreon.com, and set up your account today. And remember to follow us on all platforms. Like, subscribe, click that notification button, and don't forget to share. It's that time. Tea Time Topics.
It's time for Tea Time Topics. Tea Time Topics. Come on, that Tea Time.
All right. I think I got it.
Come on now. I see you.
I go slow.
All right now.
I can't speed
on
up,
with the dance moves. I see you, Annette. All right, good people. It's time for those tea time topics that come from the news. We keep it light, but we keep it real. So we're going to go to our first tea time topic for you tonight. Let me grab it. Bam. Time for the tea time topics here. Confederates lost the war. The lawsuit is over. Oh my God. I can't believe some of the fights that they end up in. Ooh, my goodness, my goodness. They lost the war. The lawsuit is over. That carving, I've seen this carving so many times and it always just made me cringe. The carving on the Georgia Stone Mountain depicting Confederate President Jefferson Davis, General Robert E. Lee, and Thomas Stonewall Jackson on horseback. In 2021, the Stone Mountain Memorial Association voted to relocate Confederate flags and the monument and to build an exhibit informing how the monument contributed to the resurgence of the Ku Klux Klan and the role of segregation played in its creation. So obviously, the Sons of the Confederate Veterans had an issue with the Confederate monument being honest about Confederacy. The group believes that the removal of the flags from the Stone Mountain Confederate Monument is a violation of Georgia law. How so? When they come after the history and attempt to change everything to the present political structure, that's against the law. Martin O'Toole, the chapter spokesperson, told AP, Associated Press, they're not coming after the history. They're finally being honest about it. The Confederacy waged and lost a war against their own country because they couldn't stand the idea of Black people having the same freedoms as white folks. The United Daughters of the Confederacy commissioned the Stone Mountain Confederate Monument in 1915. Over the last decade, Confederate monuments have become a source of great debate. Last year, a poll unsurprisingly found that the majority of white people think Confederate monuments should stay up. I ain't surprised. There have been efforts across the country to preserve Confederate monuments, including a bill that was passed in Florida last year that aims to preserve the monuments in order to protect white society. No matter how hard Confederacy stands to try to convince everyone that their rebel pride is not about racism, the truth always manages to reveal itself. And that is that. The truth, and the Bible says, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall what? Make
you free.
So I hope y'all free because you're lost, and that is the truth. Your thoughts in it?
I think it's being a hypocrite when it said when we come after the history and attempt to change everything. Mm-hmm. Well, ain't that what y'all doing? I mean, and that's not. I mean, and I whenever I see see Confederate flag, I always chuckle, right? Mm-hmm. Because y'all so proud of the fact that y'all losers.
That is the truth. They're proud of
you. Yeah, you're loser.
Mm-hmm. You lost.
You lost, and you know you lost, and everybody else know you lost. But you pride, and you like, and it's like saying, "I'm proud to be a loser." Okay. I think it's comical. It bothered me about the flag until I found the history. I said, and they're proud. I'm proud. No,
you're very proud. And they'll wave that flag like it's the best.
Oh, baby, like okay. I know I lost, but baby, I'm losing right now. I'm a loser. You're a loser, but to each his own. Hey, teach his own. I
Hey,
just thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious. You
well,
snoring? Why? Oh,
you
wow.
lost. And how do I feel about the fact that you lost? And it is, and according to Annette, it's comical.
Yeah, it's funny. So I'm not mad no more. I don't care if you got 10 flags on your truck. That means you're a 10-time loser.
Come on now.
But anyway,
Woo. All right. Come on, fellas.
all right.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
All righty here. Black history is not funny. A worker fired from General Mills said that the company retaliated against him after he reported offensive Black History Month flyers distributed in a break room, according to the lawsuit recently filed in Minnesota. L. Lee Titus Jr. had worked for General Mills since 2019, but his employment was terminated March of this year, despite a January performance review stating he was on track in all areas on his job. The lawsuit brought up against General Mills by Storms DeWalk LLC said his job performance was not the issue. This is what Titus' attorney said in a statement to McClatchy News. A General Mills spokesman said, "While we do not comment on pending litigations, I can share that General Mills does not tolerate discrimination or retaliation." Okay, another buzzword. In February, during Black History Month, Titus' attorney said General Mills put out educational flyers, that were disrespectful. Some of the flyers covered atrocities faced by Black America, including Tulsa Race Massacre and Black Codes, which was a precursor to Jim Crow laws. But this was the issue. But they were titled "Fun Facts about Black History." Photos shared in the lawsuit shows Titus Jr. Immediately reported his belief that the flyers were offensive and was discriminatory, as they describe history, racial injustice as fun facts. The suit said, adding that he met with human resources to discuss the matter. At one point, Titus emailed the plant manager calling the flyers racially unjust, inconsiderate, hateful, and unprofessional documents. His attorney said he met with the plant manager a few days later. Was told no apology would be issued. However, on March 19th, Titus was escorted out of the building and fired, according to the lawsuit. The company said, it's funny. The company said his fine resulted from multiple violations of General Mills standards of conduct and policy. And he's filed a suit and he's seeking damages $150,000. So that's it. So it seems kind of weird to me that, he was fired because of standard of conduct and policy, when he said he didn't like, that being said about, Black history. And this is why I say Black history is not funny. It wasn't funny to him. It may have been chuckle cha cha, because I know it was funny.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It does, and I mean, those two things don't even belong in a sentence together.
Yeah. Fun fact. And he told y'all, no apology. But all of a sudden now there's violations. I think you violated his right.
Yeah. Now you want to try and find, but that's what happens though. The minute that the cover comes off, they go like, "Well, he did, and he said, and he was violating." That's the truth of the matter. You don't fight him because he violated. No, he didn't violate.
Yeah, we don't.
The cover came off.
That's what it was. That's exactly what it was.
The little hood blew off in the wind, and and that was it. Violation, my eye.
Yeah, because we do know that they don't wear hoods no more. They wear ties and suits.
They wear ties and suits and robes and police officers. All of that, and preacher collars. That's what they do. Yes, and that's what they do. All right, fellas, come on, take us to the next one.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
Okay. Woo-sa. Oh, gosh. Y'all gonna have to pray for me right here. All right. So I always get these. Waste Not Whatnot. A waste management company in Florida agreed to pay a $1.4 million settle a federal race and national origin discrimination lawsuit on behalf of 26 Black and Haitian workers who claimed their coworkers regularly harassed and directed racial slurs at them, conduct unchecked by supervisors who often assigned them the most difficult tasks and inferior equipment. The Equal Opportunity Commission sued Waste Pro of Florida in United States District Court in Jacksonville in September 2023 after receiving a complaint from Fentanyl Pierre, a Black Haitian welder who worked at the company. Who worked at the company's Jacksonville location, Pierre reported to the EEOC that another welder, William Watts, began harassing him soon after he transferred to Jacksonville facility in October 2021 and frequently subjected him to the N-word and other derogatory slurs, including "there's no need for you here, go back to Haiti, N-word, this is Trump country, and go back to Haiti on a banana boat." Following his discrimination complaints, Watts and Schumann retaliated against Pierre, he claims, by refusing to communicate with him about auto repairs, leaving him with the most difficult welding task to complete at night, and locking the best welding equipment in their personal lockers so he could not access it. That sounds like some juvenile third grade crap.
Yeah.
That is so disgusting and stupid, but that's the kind of stuff that they do.
Yeah.
After 2 more weeks went by with no corrective measures stemming from the harassment, Pierre resigned on May 12, 2022, telling his manager that he was quitting because he could no longer work with the men who continued to harass and mistreat him, and because no action had been taken in response to the monkey incident. The lawsuit claimed that Waste Pro subjected Pierre and a class of Black and or Haitian American employees at his Jacksonville location to hostile work environment based on race, color, and national origin. Following this discrimination complaints, Watts and Schumann retaliate. Pierre's claims refusal to. This is a repeat.
Yeah.
Man. But let me see if I can go down to the part where it.
I think it's repeated twice.
Final consent decree requires Waste Pro to pay $1.4 million in monetary relief to Pierre and the other Black and Haitian American class members employed at the company from February 21st to 2023. The amount of compensation each person receives will be based on the severity and duration of the harassing conduct alleged and the alleged emotional harm they suffered to be determined by the EEOC. It should have been more than that.
Yeah.
Much more. That's some foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I bet you they thought that they would always get away with it.
Yeah, because they probably thought they were dumb, and they had put that monkey, you see, that was what they had brought there with holding the flag. Yeah, and they don't say what happened to those men, but they should have been fired.
They should have
been fired. Why do people have to put up with that? And it's good, in a way, it's good it was them, so somebody will knock their teeth out their head.
Come on.
See, one thing about a bully, they know who to bully.
Mm-hmm.
They do, and they really do.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys probably was easygoing and needed their job, had families, and you talking about Trump this is not Trump country, baby. He here just like us for a season, and just like the rest of us, he will be leaving this earth. Prayer for healer. I ain't allocating him leaving, but he don't own nothing here. And the only reason he got the power it is because it's federal. He don't own what we do, our job, our lives. No, I make my own life. It's not based on him. But there's a lot of people thinking, "Oh, Trump in now." And what's your point? He don't care nothing about y'all anyway. Y'all don't make enough money. Duh. And you please.
He used their dumb behinds to get what he wants to get.
He is for the rich, and it never was a secret for the rich. But ain't you who?
Go ahead, y'all keep worshiping the taco.
Yeah.
I can tell you what, it should have been more,
Yeah.
but and I know it's a bunch of embarrassed folk on the other side of that. I would love to get the names of the ones who did what they did, looking like
Me too.
I would love to get their names and just like blast them all over the place. But
Oh
I'm
my God. But listen, what the enemy meant for good, for bad, God turned it around.
exactly
So they walking around, they walking away with a lump sum, whatever it is.
that part.
Yeah.
That
So
part.
hopefully they can buy a house and a car and just
That
ride slow by the waste management and blow your
exactly.
horn.
Toot, toot. All right, fellas, come on.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
Yeah, this story here was annoying to me. We may have talked about it, I don't even know, Nita. But anyway, why can't we stand together? And what several activists and spiritual leaders view as an underhanded effort to court black dollars donated 300,000 to the National Baptist Convention amidst several ongoing Target boycott nationwide. I have a problem with that because if I was going to go out that way, it would have been more than 300,000. There ain't no money. According to U.S. Today, both Reverend Jamal Bryant and activist Nakima Levy Armstrong said the group accepting the donation does a disservice to their separate ongoing Target boycotts. Bryant initially called for a 40-day Target boycott before going on to call for a full boycott over the company rolling back its diversity, equity, and inclusion DEI initiative early this year. Levy Armstrong, a Minnesota activist, called for a Target boycott in February for similar reasons. Brian, who is a senior pastor of New Birth Missionary Baptist Church in Stonecrest, Georgia, made several demands in his call for a Target boycott. The boycott calls for Target to honor a $2 billion
Come on.
pledge. This is really Baptist Church? That was just chump change. Pledge to the black business community. The company previously made, investing in black-owned banks, established retail centers at HBCUs for the company to restore its DEI initiative. The black eye for us is that the National Baptist Convention, walked away with nothing that we asked for, Brian told reporters, just peanuts. Levy Armstrong, founder of the Racial Justice Network, has similar concerns. She issued a letter to the National Baptist Convention asking them to return the donation to reconsider its alignment with a corporation that's caused such profound harm. This 300,000 payment does not heal; it deepens the wound. It appears to be a payout for silence and attempt to rein black consumers' trust without accountability, the letter said. I'm not going there. National Baptist Convention President Boris Kimber has defended the partnership, telling USA Today its partnership with Target is based on a shared commitment to community empowerment through small businesses and entrepreneur development, investment, education, and student report, workforce, and skill development that unlocks growth access across our community. How much 300,000 gonna do for that? Help me. He also added that the money from the donation will provide scholarships, support senior citizens, and invest in entrepreneurship programs that uplift our people in the future. $300,000. We're proud to be sponsoring NBC USA's conference series as one of the many ways we invest to make a meaningful impact on the community across the country by supporting access to education, economic development initiatives. A Target spokesman said, really? Boy, y'all crazy. If Target was serious about mending fences with the black community, it would address the root concern that targeted the boycotts in the first place. Instead, it's trying to throw money at the problem in the hopes it will buy our silence. Considering the energy black folks have been on, I don't see that plan working. So they gave you $300,000. And I heard that this money went to different churches, but I'm trying to figure out exactly what you hope to do with that.
Not much.
Not much. $300,000. I could take that and pay off bills. and stuff, and probably wouldn't have a whole lot left. To me, that's just like in the Bible. When this young man took chump change. That okay, if it was $1 million, we may have something to work with. 300,000.
I just don't understand. And then there's something about that organization. I promise you. I promise you. It's like anytime there's something else that raises up and creates success or a movement or something, that organization always comes up, and it's embarrassing. Because to me, that's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
It's like, go sit down.
And you took chump change. You
Ridiculous.
listen, they had said initially we supposed to get $1 million before this DEI. So you take what? How much percentage is that? That's
Girl, bye.
Anyway,
that part.
That was their choice, but I disagree. But I'm not a part of that Reformation affiliation or whatever it is. And if I was, I wouldn't be after this.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
They did what they thought was right. They did, as a leader, because Jamal actually called him, and he was supposed to meet with this, but I guess he, they decided to stick with their decision.
And your decision yielded you what?
Nothing, because people still not going. They sure ain't going now. I mean, you still have some may go, but as far as I'm concerned, the boycott is still on.
Exactly.
Anyway.
All right, fellas. Thank y'all for bringing us all of those incredible tea time topics. Now it's time for us to have our moment. For y'all to see that, they'd be breaking it down like.
I went all back to the 70s.
And then you went in for the Black History moment. And y'all know that nobody can silence us. We're going to always have our moment in Black history. And that is what we're doing tonight right now with the Thermo King. Frederick McKinley Jones was a Black inventor and entrepreneur, best known for his development of the portable refrigeration equipment used to transport food, blood, and medicine during World War II. Inventor Frederick McKinley Jones pioneered portable refrigeration, which earned him the nickname King of Cool. After a challenging childhood, Jones taught himself mechanical and electrical engineering and became one of the most notable Black inventors of the 20th century. He received more than 60 patents during his lifetime for inventing various refrigeration, sound, and automobile devices. The portable refrigeration units he developed helped the United States military transport food, medicine, and blood during World War II. With a business partner, Jones founded a company today known as Thermo King. Frederick McKinley Jones was born in Cincinnati on May 17, 1893, to a white father and a Black mother. His mother deserted him when he was a young child. His father struggled to raise him independently, so when Frederick was 7, he was sent to live with a priest in Kentucky for 2 years. By the time he was 20, Jones was able to secure an engineering license in Minnesota. His expertise made him a valuable asset during his service in the U.S. Army in World War I. Jones was initially placed in an all-Black unit in France until his superiors began to grasp his mechanical skills. He was soon transported to sergeant and promoted to sergeant, and worked as an electrician, wiring telephones and telegraphs, and filing X-ray machines and fixing X-ray machines and other equipment. He also taught electrical circuitry to his fellow soldiers. After the war, he returned to the Halleck farm and continued to educate himself in electronics. Jones continued to expand his interests. Most significantly, he began designing a portable air cooling unit for trucks carrying perishable food in 1938. He later adapted the device to fit in trains and aquatic vehicles, making him a pioneer in mobile refrigeration. Forming a partnership with Numero, Jones founded the U.S. Thermal Control Company, now known as Thermo King. The company grew exponentially during World War II, and Jones helped save lives as his inventions preserved food, serums, and transfusion for medicine and food. In 1944, Jones became the first Black American selected into the American Society of Refrigeration Engineers. By 1949, U.S. thermal control was worth millions of dollars. Jones remained a leading figure at Thermo King until the mid 1950s, when Thermo King turned into an unofficial early retirement when he went into an early retirement, excuse me. Jones died of lung cancer in Minneapolis in February 21st, 1961. He was 67 until his death. Jones has been recognized for his achievements in various ways. In 1977, he was inducted into the Minnesota Inventors Hall of Fame. That is amazing. And to think that something that this man created way back then yet lives. That's why you cannot just like sit and sleep on your dreams and on your talents and gifts. You have got to exhaust all of it. Annette, your thoughts?
Yeah, and you know what? And so many times, yeah, I mean, he did get some accolades in his day, but so many times we don't. These guys, these men and women that have did so much, don't get any recognition at all. It's almost like we didn't do anything. This is why Black History Moment is so important to Can We Talk the movement, because we are contributed, and y'all right now living on certain things now because of what somebody did way back then, you know. And I was wondering because they pulled him out of the all Black squad. I'm like, he's very, very light skinned, so he probably almost went for white back in the day. Probably. Yeah, I was thinking about that, you know. But either way, he was a brilliant man.
Yeah, very brilliant. Taught himself in mechanical engineering. That's amazing. People go to school for years and years and years and years for it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all right, good people. It's time for us to go to the final descent of our conversation tonight, where we bring forth our conversation for the spotlight. We do have that discussion ready for y'all.
All right, movers, it's time now for In the Spotlight. Who is in the spotlight tonight?
Well, our conversation tonight, y'all saw the flyer, and you know that it's about to go down for a few minutes here. Blurred lines between church and state. That is so much about where we are in this day and age. I couldn't resist that. The lines between Christian faith and political involvement have become increasingly blurred, with some arguing for a more active role for Christian in government and others expressing concerns about the potential for religious overreach. This blurring has manifested in many ways, including the rise of Christian nationalism and increased political engagement of religious leaders. Never in my life have I ever experienced it on this wise, Annette.
Me either.
And there's a reason why we as Christians were told to stay away from certain situations and things. And I mean, every day I hear or see something where these people, I saw a post today, and I should have pulled it. It was one of those very popular preachers, and he was talking about how the fact that it was Christians are the ones who are spearheading all of the immorality, the injustice, all of the sickening things that's happening to immigrants and people. The spearhead and the force behind a lot of what we're seeing that so many people are disgusted with the most, like that foolishness of that they're putting it down in over here by me in the Everglades. All of the foolishness that you see, all of the stuff that has been prompted, the how people have become emboldened to scream out and lash out in people in traffic and in public places. All of the stuff that we're seeing and experiencing now, Annette, has been spearheaded by Christians who say that they are Christians.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't know what they be reading. I don't know what part of the Bible they Yeah, I do. They just skip. No, I don't. No, I'm trying to know. I don't know what they're reading because that's not God. That's not how Jesus worked. That's just
I,
not.
and you know, a lot of them think that they're playing. They think they're advocating for God. They think that it's their duty to make sure that the world is pure. I'm like, uh, hello, who made you savior? You need to stand back and let God be God. There are certain things that are just going to happen.
Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
can't control that. You can't make everybody, you can't force anybody to give their life to Christ.
Yeah.
It's almost like they want to force people to live the way they live, to think the way they think, that everybody walks around with this um uh painted on smile on their face like the Stepford church people.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah. Praise God. I mean, and all of that is, they feel that they have a moral mandate. Some Christians believe, and I would say evangelicals, I'll put it that way because I'm a Christian.
That's
So
right, Nita.
evangelicals. So, and we're talking about the blurred line between the church and the state. And when you have the evangelical movement who believe that they have a moral imperative, that it's their duty. They believe they have a moral imperative to shape public policy according to their faith-based values. God gave us free will. He gave us choice in that. Who's to say
That's right. And it
that
ain't work. It's not going to work. And it's funny. I wish I could follow some of them home because they probably say the most
now you're
immoral,
right there.
corrupt. You know, you against this and that. That's behind the closed doors. Y'all do a whole lot of stuff. Oh yeah, and
Do and say.
all that God is going. Don't talk to me like that because that's not how you talk. Just say God, okay? Don't be what. Don't even bother with that foolish. I don't even want really. Don't pray for me because if you can treat people like that, what you gonna pray for me? Oh, God, God get her. She don't believe like we do.
Mm-hmm.
It is just I don't understand when you could stand on like morality. You standing on a mountaintop when really you should be on an anthill because you are no better than the next person. You may not do what they do, but nobody say y'all must be then read he don't like lies and fornicators and backbiting and
Come on.
yeah, so that part y'all, but ooh, that other part, yeah, I do that, but that other one, God, that I don't see where he said, oh, this the biggie. Nah, it's all sin,
All of it. Sin is
all
sin.
sin, and you're no better. You can walk around pompous, and look like somebody pumped air in you, and you can carry your Bible under your, you know, arm and look godly, but that's not God. When you can treat people, that's not what I don't. If they follow the life of Jesus, that's not how he treated people.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a scripture in Leviticus talks about how you should treat the people that's not was. I can't. I got to remember. It talks about the immigrant, the person who wasn't born here. Say, because remember, you were an immigrant at one time. It's in Leviticus.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, so if he put that in there, I think it's probably for some of the evangelical who not going to read it because
Mm-hmm.
God is not talking to me.
That part.
I don't go to that church. If I go any church, because I go to Calvary, I told them I love Calvary, but they say one thing out of the pocket, but he don't. But there are churches preaching this. They don't preach Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
One guy heard him say, if you're a Democrat, you're going to hell. Well, who told you that?
Right. Since when did determining my faith and determining whether or not I'm saved have to do with what political party I'm a part of?
Yeah. Yeah. He was carrying on, kicking and squawking like a bird. I said,
Mm.
So
And
yeah, you're right.
but some of them make some of the dumbest statements. It's like, are you listening to yourself? Do you hear what you're saying right now? I mean, they argue that their values should be reflected in laws and institutions impacting areas like, of course, we know with abortion, LGBTQ plus rights, and education. So they want to like I said, to force people to all be in the box when they don't have to, because God gave you choice. It's free will. It's free
Yeah.
will, and they can decide to, I don't may not agree with what they do or how they think or how they live, but guess what? I don't get to dictate to them how they have to do it, because
True.
I don't want someone to be around here twisted up and frowned up and mad, because I mean, that's not what God wants. God loves a cheerful giver. Don't give me your time and your service and your heart grudgingly or out of necessity. That doesn't
Yeah.
do anything. It ain't gonna benefit you. Ain't benefit nothing, because that's not the way it's supposed to be.
You're right.
Then there's this.
And it's
Go
such
ahead. I'm sorry.
they're such hypocrites because you're running around all life. When we're saying Black Lives Matter,
Mm-hmm.
then our whole lives matter. Now the immigrants' life don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So if you say all lives matter, that encompasses everyone. But see, we don't say that no more because now it don't go along with what you think should go on. How you think people should live, how you believe. And to be honest, if I had to be a Christian with some of their values and some of their teachings, I'd just stay in the world.
Come on.
It's just the truth. Because I'm looking at you kind of cross-eyed now, because you just told me a couple of years ago all lives matter. Now y'all gleefully jumping up and down when these people, I call it concentration camp. You got those people out there with
Exactly
alligators,
what they're doing.
and I think some of y'all want them to be ate by alligators.
They do.
You taking pictures, you buying hats. Amazon got all kind of merchandise. We talked about that last week. So you can't tell me nothing. You can't. I don't want to hear it. I don't care how. Oh, God is so good. Don't listen, girl. You might well put a sheet on. Don't go there.
Come
Don't
on.
go.
Where's your good? Where's your
Yeah.
good? Because, and then here's what's so funny though too, in that some groups believe that they view political engagement as a form of spiritual warfare, where it's their duty to take it to actively work to influence government to combat perceived threats for secularism or opposing ideologies. So they look at it as a form of spiritual warfare, that this is what they're doing by depriving people, singling people out, neglecting people, mistreating people. That's not warfare. What are they read? I want you in there. What Bible they reading?
I don't know what they read. I just don't understand. And they come across like they're so wonderful. We're so godly. Because I know the other day, maybe last week, they were on the White House lawn praying for the
Oh my
president.
God, they
I
killed
don't
me.
have a problem. Pray for them. But, and then they're speaking in tongues, blah, 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 blah. I said, they calling them angels, huh? From Africa. Because, this man ain't studying your prayer.
He's so late. They don't know nothing about that.
They don't, listen, this man cussed like
He
a sailor.
told you he don't pray himself. So what y'all really are doing?
He said himself, he don't have to. There's
You
no
don't have to
reason.
pray. He said he don't
You don't
need
have
to
to pray.
repent.
You don't have to ask for forgiveness. He said every now and then I eat the cookie. But that's it. He eat the cookie. What cookie he talking about? Chocolate chip, oatmeal.
Oh my God! Every now and then he eat the cookie. Like,
Every now and then he eat the cookie. So this one girl was on there praying, and I don't know what. Oh, she was. And and the face, this system could be very cruel. She had lip implant, and then they kept showing her lips. So like, because it could be cruel. And they speaking. I'm not saying he don't. I'm not saying that he don't need prayer, but I say it's a show, and that show is for other evangelicals and other people who believe. Oh, they're praying for the president. We'll cover him with prayer. Pray for the man, because God in heaven knows he needed. I pray for him too. When I pray, I say cover the government. Pray for him, because right now he's the leader of this country. And I pray that even when he want to go right, God is take him to go left. Oh yeah, we pray for him. But y'all praying for another reason. Y'all praying for destruction of a whole race of people, just like you did. Like, and I'm gonna tell you something, Nita. And I told Lennox, I get too passionate. Don't you know how I am about how I feel, But I'm like, wait a minute. They started with us. You took the books. You changed the laws. You don't want to teach history. You got rid of DEI, so you can't send us nowhere. So we'll try to hurt them now, which didn't hurt me none. But these other people now, we can really do what we really want to do to that other group of people. Now we're going to do it to them. Run people down while they're working. First you say they didn't work and they'll burn them, but then every time I look around, y'all arresting them on their jobs.
Come on.
Which one is it?
That part.
Oh, and I'm tired of taking care. Your little 10 pennies ain't taking care of those people. Those people work and they pay taxes and they can never get income tax because they're not citizens. But y'all don't talk about that. You tell lies.
At all.
Yeah. So this is why you have to be informed. Those people work. They work harder than me, but I ain't gonna lie. And that's the problem when you got y'all start getting rid of all them people, and now your farms, you can't work the farm. You really thought black people gonna go and make $2 an hour? The devil's a liar. God is the Messiah. They were not going to do it.
No.
So now he's trying to pay. Well, we need to. It's like a contradicting. You'll cause the problem, but you swoop in like you're the superhero. But you're not the hero because you caused the problem. And that's what he do as a leader. When he'll cause a problem and they'll all of a sudden, he's fixing it. Having eggs, no. He caused the problem. But he got an S on his chest. It could mean a whole lot. No, actually he got a T for taco on his chest because he really ain't solving nothing.
No,
but anyway, I went on a rant. So I'm back.
Yeah, that's okay. Listen, you right on it, and that's the truth right there. You're right on it, because the thing is, so here's the thing. Here are some concerns about when it comes to like certain things like the erosion of separation of church and state. Critics argue that increased Christian political activity undermines the principle of separation of church and state, potentially leading to religious discrimination, listen to this, or the imposition of religious beliefs on those with different views. That is, you're just reversing and discriminating when you're claiming that you're discriminated against.
Yeah.
Political polarization, the merging of religious and political identities can exacerbate political divisions and make constructive dialogue more difficult. Everybody don't think, live, do, talk, walk, everything the same. So stop trying to force people into anything. You can't force people. It's not my job to go and beat somebody up the head. You better give your life to Christ. You better give your life to Christ. No. I can offer you. And that Jesus didn't do that. He invited them to come and sit down and eat dinner. And that's what he did. He sat down and chilled with them. Talked to them.
Yeah, you're right.
He was patient with them. Y'all want to beat everybody up and then claim to be so righteous with your self-righteous tail.
They crossed that cross. They didn't cross out the cross.
That's the crossed out cross for you.
Yeah, because when you your way and not God's way, you foregoing that he was a man of compassion, of love. Now all of a sudden you take about three sins. Y'all got about three major sins, and you run your whole ministry on that. And then where's the love? Where's the kindness? The Bible says, with love and kindness have I drawn them, not y'all. But first of all, they ain't trying to draw no. They technically ain't trying to draw nobody. They really trying to push people away. It may be trying to draw maybe some white people, but these other other religions. Oh no, if you don't believe like they believe, ooh boy. I guess they assume you're going to hell. But I got a little surprise for them. They may wake up a little shocked when they get to the other side.
And here's another, though, potential abuse of power. There's a fear that influence of religious leaders and movements in politics could lead to the abuse of power. Already here. And this is already here. This is where we are. And this is why people need to wake up. People got to wake up, and they should have woke up in November. But unfortunately, a lot of people slept on it, did not think it would ever get to this point. And what has happened with his big, beautiful bill is going to be felt so wide, and then people won't even realize. And that's the thing. You don't even realize you've been hoodwinked and bamboozled because you're looking at life as though things are just going to continue to be great. No, somebody got to fight for stuff to move to a different place, because now, I mean, and there's so much of it that has been reversed and overturned and blocked. You have no idea what's coming.
No, don't.
No idea. And ain't ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
He gave
They're
me a
not.
stimulus check.
Yeah.
Trump gave out
Yeah.
checks. Trump ain't give
He,
out nothing.
he
That's
give
your
out
money.
nothing.
It was your
Yeah.
tax money. He just put his name on it. Obama
Yeah.
gave out stimulus checks when he was in office, but his name wasn't on them. Trump put his name on it to make y'all think
Mm-hmm.
that he gave y'all that check. He didn't give you nothing.
Right.
It was government money. It belonged to
It's
him.
just.
He ain't reached in his pocket and wrote nothing.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And then he go on and he and got y'all cut up in the DEI. And we need to hire merit. Ain't nobody on his staff is a merit hire.
Thank you.
Every one of them is loyalty.
Uh-huh.
It's not and 99
unqualified.
yeah, 99.9. Rubio may be the only one that did politics, and he's a nationalist, a joker. And you got you're an immigrant. You come from immigrant parents.
Thank you.
You know,
And treating people that way.
yeah, and you got DeSantis. He just jockeying for a job right now because
That's all.
chances are his wife not going to be the governor, which he was causing. You know, so he said, I better try to figure out how to kiss the ring because he gonna need a job.
Exactly what that is.
Yeah, and he out there with his dark shades like this a movie. He got dark shades on, and she walking around with like her muscles. Like, girl, this is real life. You are not a superhero, a chick. And that's what she come across like, lying. And I said, but people know they lying, but it's okay to lie as long as I'm getting what I want type deal. This is how I'm sorry with the evangelicals. A lot, come on, you ain't got to be a rocket scientist. You know some of this a lie. You know that man be lying.
They know.
But I don't care as long as I get what I need. But
it's
I know it's
a personal agenda.
Yeah. Anita, it's one of those situations. I know it's stank. I'm just gonna hold my nose. But as long as I can get what I want, I'm okay. That's how it is.
Thank you for putting the church first. Shut up.
That man.
That ain't think about no church.
Mm-mm. You know what? How low down and dirty he is. These people were murdered by evangelical preacher. Let's get it. All that. Oh, he's a liberal. That's a lie. That's a lie, and it's been debunked. Okay. He didn't even go to the funeral. You go and play golf because they were Democrats. I said, that's okay. Your day coming. Don't think you never get away.
God does not acquit the wicked.
And don't even talk about it.
And
the only reason he's talking about this devastation because it's so big and so many people dying. You know how many people done died since he been the president? It wasn't his fault that the storms happened. He don't open his mouth.
You don't care.
You don't care. Yeah. And he up there messing with Putin. I said, okay. I'm going to do this to Putin. I said, okay, well, y'all better, Miss Lady with the big lips, she better boo, 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 boo. You better pray, boo, because this foolishness now. That's how she was doing.
I know.
And I was like, oh, I hadn't even paid no attention to the lips. I ain't even lie. But when they said
the internet ain't nice. The internet ain't nice in that.
They're not nice to you. And, they may disagree with us, but that's okay. Aren't y'all the one to say we have free speech? Okay, then we're freely speaking.
We're freely speaking.
Yes.
So. Oh, man.
Anyway, I'm through.
I told y'all. We free up in here. We free up in here. All right, good people. When we come to the conclusion of our show, we thank you so much for tuning in. You could have gone anywhere else with your time, but you chose to come by here with your favorite co-host and have an incredible conversation. So we appreciate you so much. And before you leave, we're going to ask that you do a few things for us. The video you're watching is on Facebook or YouTube. Please make sure you go to that page. If you're on one page, go to the other page. If you're on the other page, go to the other page. But please, wherever you are, we ask that you would please subscribe, like, and share. The other thing that we want you to do is to sow a seed. We are a nonprofit organization. You can sow via Cash App. Our Cash App is $Movement Worldwide. Our Zelle is info@movementworldwide.org. Or you can become into covenant partnership with us by becoming a Patreon
And you can become a patron by going to patreon.com or going to our website, movementworldwide.org. Click the red button and we will lead you to patreon.com. Set up your account, set your amount. We ask for $12 a month, 40 cents a day. That's $2.80 a week. And listen, most of our patrons have given more than we ask, and we appreciate it. But no matter what the seed, it's all appreciated. And everywhere you see that globe right there above Annette's head with the acronym, follow us everywhere, Movement Worldwide, and email us. We want to hear from you. Your thoughts, views, comments, praise reports, prayer requests, topic ideas, all to info@movementworldwide.org. Now, if on Tuesday nights, if you are not busy, we ask that you please come and tune in on Tuesday nights on this platform to see Annette and the pastor. Listen, hello, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart. Join them on Tuesday nights for TNT. That's Tuesday Night Talk, where we take flight and soar, that speak, orate, articulate, and reverberate. And that's Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. live. And then on Wednesdays, come right back here on this platform. We want to see you join us again. We're here every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. for our 4-4 conversation, starting with the idioms and phrases, those topics, those things that make you go, That's our transformational topic. Then we segue into our hard to have conversation, ripping off the Band-Aid and really hitting you. Sometimes it's a little rough. It got a little rough up in here tonight with that power tool. Then we go from the news, the good, bad, and the ugly. We keep it light, but we keep it real with our tea time topics. And then we also have our incredible spotlight discussion and sometimes a spotlight guest. So please join us here Wednesday night, 7 p.m. without fail. You're going to see your favorite co-host, myself, and Annette. Annette, your last thoughts?
Yes. Listen, y'all, we are so passionate about this. I just love this platform because I get to say what I want to say. All right. So listen, Anita started off was this land made really made for me and you? Well, the world may not think, so the people may not think. So, but God says, Psalms 24:1, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world, and they that dwell in it. So God said, this is our land too. So this is something definitely that resonated with me. And I think this is going to stick with me because, yeah, I may not own the property next door, but this earth here, the earth belongs to the Lord. So Amen. I don't let nobody tell me different. And I belong here.
That's it. That's the truth. And listen, I want you to really think about your situation and who you are. And don't be walking around here with the crossed out cross. All roads lead to the cross. You can't do nothing, can't be nothing, can't have nothing. And you will not see God unless you pass by. You have to, every road in your life is going to lead to the cross. So listen, we thank y'all again. We appreciate you. We love you. We're going to give y'all some love.
Yes, yes.
Mwah, 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 mwah. And we will see y'all the next time, y'all. Good night. When we eat well, we live well, and all will be well. Go to elbworld.com, join the journey, and take your life back. TNT, that's Tuesday Night Talk with the Andersons. Each and every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. live on multiple platforms. For more information and other services, visit AnnetteLAnderson.com. If you don't have your copy yet, get yours today at Amazon.com. That's Living Life One Quote at a Time by Annette L. Anderson. Another milestone reached. Get your copy of The Wow Effect by Anita Faye Wilson, available on all platforms, or you can visit AnitaFayeWilson.com. And you can always catch us live on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. for Can We Talk? Join us with your Can We Talk coffee mug. Get yours today. They're $15 and that includes shipping. Sow good seed into good soil. You can sow a seed into Movement Worldwide via Cash App at $Movement Worldwide, Zelle at info@movementworldwide.org, or by becoming a patron. You can visit our website at movementworldwide.org, click the red button, go to patreon.com, and set up your account today. And remember to follow us on all platforms. Like, subscribe, click that notification button, and don't forget to share.